I just got done watching Bo Burnham's Inside for the third time, and now I'm gonna talk about it. Going into this, I was expecting a classic Bo Burnham special, having been an incredibly big fan of Words, 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 What, and Make Happy. Much like the rest of the internet, my expectations for this were incredibly high due to his over 5-year absence from comedy. I've always hoped Bo would do something more serious, so after seeing the limited promo Bo did for this on his Instagram, I was extremely excited to see what route he would take with this return. My first viewing left me inspired by the cinematography and overall pacing of the special, and the use of the various projectors to add life to an empty room was ingenious. I felt like Bo was finally given a chance to live up to his directing potential fully. I love 8th grade as well, and this special just confirms that Bo is able to carry any project to greatness with his eye for color, framing, and perfectly timed edits. Something that I feel benefited from Bo's ability to return to form was the overarching theme of the internet. This last year in quarantine, people have lived entirely digitally, and this film relays that through different types of YouTube videos, slowly building the treacherous narrative of a life like this. Bo has always been quick to mention how the constant need to perform and to consume is a detriment to mental health, and I feel this special does a solid job of building upon this motif in his work. The standout moment in the special for me, and I think many others, is the Anything and Everything song. This song feels reminiscent of a Tim Burton piece, down to the creepy yet whimsical visuals and editing. Despite a few jokes, this song actually felt like what I'd hoped a serious Bo project could be. While Bo had warned that the special would be a more serious approach than previous specials, many of the jokes that were present felt extremely dated and flat. Jokes like the song FaceTime with My Mom and White Woman drag on one joke that is cliche before starting. I also feel he focuses a bit too heavily on the socio-political humor and commentary. While the special is meant to hold a mirror to the internet, this constant reference to socio-political sentiments is not something I care to have in a comedy special or even a film. It felt derivative and as empty as most of the online campaigns to combat these real-world issues with story infographics. Most surprising to me was the sequence where he apologizes for old content in his specials. Specifically, the number of times him being white was mentioned felt a bit heavy-handed to me. In addition to the comedic elements, the music also came across as overly produced and kinda generic. I actually have many of the songs from Bo's previous specials on my playlist, but this special I could only really imagine wanting one of them. The influences are varied throughout the runtime, including an 80s parody, a folk song, and a few pop ballads, but all of them felt incredibly forgettable and subpar compared to what Bo started out doing. It seemed to me that Bo was heavily implying that he'd lived in the room where he filmed the special the entire year of filming, and this would be incredibly moving and poignant as an element, adding depth to his mental unrest and serving the allegory he was hoping to build, but unfortunately it's very unlikely that he lived in this room alone the entire year. At the very least, he should have had his wife and dog with him for the year, severely detracting from the lonely and tortured artist image. If for some reason he had to live without his wife and dog, he should have at least established this at the beginning of the runtime. Despite my numerous qualms with this special, I think Bo achieved something that all true art must. Layer content enough that it's entirely open to the subjective experience and be able to be watched many times and enjoyed for new reasons each viewing. The visuals and thematic elements felt stronger to me than most of the films I've seen this year, but unfortunately, the bulk of this special moment to moment felt staged and weak comically. Feel free to check this one out, and I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. It's closer to a 9 than a 7.